Last month, Dan Campbell called Williams the most improved player on the roster at OTAs. We've watched glimpses of what made Detroit draft the wide receiver 12th overall in 2022. He missed 11 games his rookie year, recovering from ACL surgery, then sat out the first 4 games in 2023 because of his gambling suspension. Healthy and participating in everything this offseason, Williams is turning heads. Jared Goff is spending more and more time with his speedy wideout.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been really good to see him as well do his thing, and I think this offseason's been unimpeded for him, and it's the first one he's had, and having him out there with the ones, getting him used to all this stuff, him and I getting on the same page more and more every single day, starting to see that show up pretty consistently. Saw it a few times today, and again, he's a guy who's become extremely hard on himself too, and is holding himself to a really high standard, and that makes things easy to fall in line.
So with that, man, you know me, I'm a huge Jameson Williams fan. I know you a huge Jameson Williams fan. But me, you know me, I like to hold people accountable. And the question I got for you is, can Jamo break 1,000 yards in this next upcoming NFL season?
Yeah, definitely. He can definitely break 1,000 yards. He's had the problem with the last 2 seasons has been that he's had the injury, and then he got in trouble with the gambling suspension. So I feel like the Lions as an organization, Ben Johnson hasn't had a chance to incorporate him into the offense fully. This year he will be the first year that he will complete a full training camp, and he'll be part of the season from the start. So I fully expect him to be incorporated fully in the game plan and the scheme of the playbook. And I don't think he was. So I mean, I think he was, but not fully before. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of added him in along with DPJ. So I think he'll get way more targets than he was getting, and we'll see what we've been expecting to see from the start of his career.
I'm definitely with that. Like I said, I got high expectations for Jameson Williams. These past couple years, like you said, he hasn't really been able to get off to the start that he would like to. They've slowly integrated him into the offense. Kind of made it seem like, they wanted him to kind of just earn his position. And now, it kind of seems like we passed all of that. Now we here, So I looked it up. Devontae Smith, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, very similar body type, but he's had he quietly had 2 1,000-yard seasons these past 2 seasons, and I would like to see Jameson Williams get there. The only thing that I would say is that I think the weapons that we have are better than the weapons that the Eagles have had. Now they've had A.J. Brown, who's a big-time receiver. They've had pretty good tight ends. I think they had I want to say Dallas Goedert. I think he was over there, but Devontae Smith was essentially the third option. He was really second, third option, whatever you want to say. And then they always Miles Sanders, DeAndre Swift. They always had a back. Boston Scott. They had so many backs out the backfield that they could throw to, but I feel like Devontae Smith is a bigger component to their offense than Jameson Williams has been. Can he make that step up? I don't know, but what do you think about Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like you said, I'm not really worried about DPJ, but I'm just saying there's more mouths to feed over here opposed to in Philly.
Yeah, there are a lot of we're definitely going to spread the ball around. But I think when you look at how our offense is run, I feel like of course, St. Brown is going to be the number one target. But now with Josh Reynolds gone, I think that Jamo steps up and becomes the number two target, and the third targets will be split between Sam Laporta and DPJ because I think he's going to step up and take a big role as well. But and with as far as the passing game goes, Jameer bringing up the rear. So I think that's it's all going to be situational. But I think that's the layout of which of what everything's going to be. I think I really think J-Mo is going to step up to be number two because of just the things that I've been hearing around in training camp. Dan Campbell saying that he's a man on a mission. I hear nothing but good reports coming out of the training camp. You hear Golf talking about him, how they got together the beginning of the offseason, this offseason, and they did their reps together. Golf saying he not worried about JMO. He's doing good. Everybody's got nothing but good things to say. And then JMO itself, whenever he gives an interview, you can tell the change now from when he first got here. He's matured a lot. I see the player that has got some experiences in the league. I think when he first got here, it was all brand new for him, and he just, he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? He's still a kid, but you know what I'm saying? He was 21 years old, and he had just made it into the NFL, and I think he was excited. Now that it's some of the glitter and glam is worn off, I think he's come back down to earth, and he's taking it he's a little bit more. He has a little bit, not that he didn't have the determination before, but he's willing to work on what he needs to do to achieve his goal, the goal of becoming what he says his goal is to become the best receiver in the NFL. So I think he's worked hard at that, and I think that's where he's going to strive to be at.
The one thing you said, and every time I hear it, it kind of makes me smile a little bit, is Dan Campbell saying he's a man on a mission, because this would be Jamo's third year, I believe. So these past 2 years, like, getting anything about Jamo out of anybody was always, it was always like, really, that's all y'all got to give? Like, well, he's working and he's trying to get healthy, and he missed camp, so he's just trying to get on board with everybody. And was it no whatever they were saying, no block, no rock, all of this, man. And now it's none of that coach speak. It's none of that, no more hoops. The one thing I do, one thing you said that I don't know is I feel like they've been saying the whole he's young thing, that a lot of guys come to the league that are young. So I don't know. I feel like it's just it's a Lions culture thing. Like, that's why they usually don't take guys like that. But I think Brad Holmes just couldn't pass on what talent Jamo really has, because this guy really could be the best receiver in the league. That's why I was, when they were doing this whole, Jamo's barely getting on the field, he's only doing like limited snap count per game. It's like, man, if y'all not going to use this guy, man, send this guy somewhere else, because it just don't make sense to bottle up the sun. That's how I feel about it. So I'm really excited for this season, man, and I hope they really do free Jamo.
Yeah, the thing about me saying that he's young is I feel like every player is different, man. Saying you coming into the league,
you think Jamo's been the most immature star potential player to come in the league these past couple of years?
I wouldn't say the most immature. I would say one of them, and I wouldn't even call it immaturity. I would call it naivety. You know what I'm saying? I think he got into the league, and it was like, a lot of these guys come in and realize they dream. You know what I'm saying? That they've been trying to get into the league since they was 4 years old, and some guys, like, that's what I was saying. Everybody's different. Some guys can come into the league like, what I'm saying, no big deal. Some guys can come into the league and be like, wow, I'm ready to work. And some guys come into the league like, wow, it's the NFL, and they starstruck and they can't believe that they're playing in the same league as Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was tweeting, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You got money for the first time. It's just it's a big experience, and some people handle it differently than others. And I think he was just kind of starstruck. That was my point as far as saying, the young part.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to be taken at number. I've never seen. I can't say I've ever seen a player get taken at 12 and be. Some of it is his own doing. So maybe that's where the young and immatureness comes in. But even so, like, even when they did have them, they wanted to. It was kind of like. And we talked about this before, but that's just the Lions way, man. Like you're not about to just show up on the team and be number one. Like you might think you're number one, but in essence, they're gonna break you before they're gonna break you down until they feel like, okay, this guy's ready, which is cool. I mean, it's worked for him, so I'm not dogging it, but I just think it's more so a product of the Lions organization. Because I feel like if Jamo would have went somewhere else, we would have been like seeing him unleashed on the field, I guess you would say.
I don't disagree with that, but that goes back to what I was saying about Ben Johnson. I think that Ben Johnson is the type of guy. He has his offense laid out. He has a game plan at the beginning of the season, and he follows that game plan. And any additions to that game plan at any point in the season is like, I mean, I'll work in a couple of plays for them, but I'm not about to change my game plan. And
That's
he just sticks with that. He just sticks with that and rolls with that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother 10 minutes right there. So I'm gonna cut it off. We can roll, but we keep it on football though.